All right, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. It feels like some of us were just in here 24 hours ago. So welcome this evening for this momentous evening and event of this oath that we do to serve this, that we administer to say that the new commissioners, the comptroller, and the library commissioners will support the Constitution and will do the duties of their office to the best of their abilities. Sometimes we take oaths and affirmations and don't think about it, but I know that their predecessors have all taken that oath very seriously, and I hope they reflect on that as I give them the oath and as they sign the oath. I'm Joel Hondorp, City Clerk. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support of the end of campaigns. And campaigns are tough and difficult, but governing is tough and difficult as well. And so I know they'll be up for the challenge. So thank you for tonight. So if you'll rise and will join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I would like to invite Mayor Bliss to come up and give us a few remarks.
Thank you. Thanks. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I know it's cold out there and it's winter, but what a really beautiful day to all come together and celebrate this important occasion in our city. So I just want to welcome all of you to our chambers. I also want to recognize my colleagues who are with us tonight to be here and to be present and to support this really important transition and evening as we swear in newly elected officials. So I have Commissioner Lanier here with me and Commissioner Isasi, Commissioner Moody, and Commissioner Jones. Thank you for being here tonight. We're also joined tonight by our appointed officials. So many of you know that every time we have a vacancy among our appointed officials, it's this body who selects those individuals. We have 4 individuals who serve our city as appointed officials. One of them is our city manager, Mr. Mark Washington, our city attorney, Miss Anita Hitchcock, our city treasurer, who does a lot of his work behind the scenes that we don't see, John Globinski, and then, as you know, our city clerk. So I'm really delighted to be joined by them tonight, as well as a lot of other city staff who are here for this important occasion. And, you know, as Joel said, it's one thing to campaign, it's another thing to govern. And I can tell you, having sat on this side of the table for some time, that your support here tonight is really important and valuable. But your support, once we're on that side, is just as important and valuable. Sometimes governing can be a lonely place. A lot of hard decisions are made. Sometimes you'll agree with them, sometimes you won't. But I think the most important thing is that the individuals that you have supported to get elected feel your support long beyond the campaign trail. This is hard work. All of you know that. Many of you show up at many meetings, both community meetings here in these chambers, and you know that this is tough work to lead a city and tackle the tough, challenging issues that we face, but also move it forward in a way that makes our city a better place for everyone. So I just want to thank you all for being here tonight. I want to personally congratulate all of those who won their campaigns and were elected and will be sworn in shortly, and to say that I look forward to serving with you. So with that, I'll turn it back to our clerk and we'll get to what you're really here for.
Thank you, Mayor. For this next, we'll be going in order that is in your program. So I'll introduce them or invite them to come up. We'll do the oath of office, and then they'll have time for a few remarks. Sheila Garcia, who also was elected as a library commissioner, she is not able to be with us this evening. She's filling a partial term on the library commission. I've already administered the oath to her. So when it's done, those who are getting the oath, you can pick up these plaques afterwards. You don't have to bring them back to your seats with you. And then everyone, when we're all finished, there are cupcakes and some bottled water, some juice that will be on the other side of the elevator. So please stay for refreshments and enjoy this evening. So Max, if you'll join me up front here. Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Michigan, and perform the duties of city comptroller to the best of your ability?
I will.
All right, if you will sign here and here, please.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. It is truly an honor, and I am humbled to have the opportunity to continue serving as your city comptroller. I, of course, would like to start by thanking, of course, my family and my friends that are here this evening. I appreciate you guys coming out. Especially those who generously volunteered some of their time during the very cold months of February, going door to door to collect ballot signatures. I couldn't have done that without you, so I very much appreciate your help. It's been an extraordinarily successful past 3 years in the City Comptroller Department, and I'd love to take a moment to reflect on some of the team accomplishments. We have introduced and really raised the bar on government financial reporting. We introduced the Citizen's Guide to the City Finances that provided a simple, digestible financial report for really anyone to pick up and glean quick, important insights into their government finances. The reports have been downloaded, viewed, distributed, printed thousands of times, and we're very proud of that work. We have also taken upon us to lead a strategic initiative around how the government pays vendors and organizations that we do business with. As little as 12 months ago, we were primarily paying all organizations that we work with paper checks. In the last 12 months alone, we have moved 150 organizations and vendors over to electronic fund transfer. So not only are these organizations now getting paid in a matter of a day or days versus as long as 2 weeks, but at a significant cost savings to the city of Grand Rapids. It basically costs about 75% less to process an electronic payment versus a paper check. So we're really, really proud of these improvements in services and that have benefits to the city as well. On the audit side of things, we have introduced an annual fraud risk assessment to help us, in keyword, proactively identify risks that we may not be aware about, and also allow us to identify opportunities to improve our internal controls. So in layman's terms, safeguard and protect taxpayer and public funds. So it's all very exciting. It's great news. I've been really honored to have the opportunity to engage in this work. There's much more to come, and that is why I ran for a second term. I would like to conclude my remarks this evening by personally thanking and commending and recognizing all of the elected officials in the city of Grand Rapids, our current city commissioners, our newly elected city commissioners, our library commissioners. Public service is very much a significant not only time but energy commitment, and all of these individuals are stepping up to serve the city of Grand Rapids, and I just want to take a moment to also commend their work and their efforts to continue doing this. That's all I have tonight. Thank you everyone for coming out. I hope you all have a very blessed evening. Thank you.
Next will be First Ward Commissioner-elect Drew Robbins. Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Michigan, and perform the duties of First Ward Commissioner to the best of your abilities?
I will.
You'll sign here and here, please.
First of all, good evening. Thank you to everyone who's out here tonight. Special thanks to my parents who drove a long round trip from up north to be here. I wanted to take just a few minutes to thank everybody who has volunteered, encouraged, and supported me throughout the past several months. Your collective support is what made it possible for me to be standing here in front of you tonight. It still seems like yesterday that I walked into the elections office not far from here and said, okay, how do I do this thing? The lady kindly handed me a blank nominating petition and said, well, first, you got to go get 50 signatures. So I hit the pavement and I got to work that evening. The following 8 months were absolutely nothing short of a whirlwind, but throughout the weeks of door knocking and early morning coffee meetings, I was afforded the opportunity to meet so many incredible residents of the First Ward. Funny enough, I get asked very often if I have a favorite interaction or story or memory with a resident from over the summer, and so I wanted to quickly share my story with you. So early on, I had met a woman, for who the sake of this story, because she has no idea that I'm about to share it, I'm going to call her Holly. So Holly's a very longtime resident of the city's west side, and we had originally met through a mutual friend at a service organization volunteer event. We had a few very brief, intermittent interactions over the early course of the summer, but a week before Election Day, I received a text from a mutual friend who said, "Hey Drew, do you remember Holly? I saw her today, and she has some really exciting news that she wants to share with you, but it has to be in person." And it had been quite some time since I had seen Holly myself, so as you can imagine, I was very interested to hear what she had to share with me. So the following week, she was actually hosting the service organization's monthly meeting at her house, and it just so happened that I was free that night to be able to attend and catch up. Afterward, I said, "Holly, what's this exciting information or news that you have to share with me?" She pulled me into her kitchen, and she showed me that she had received one of my campaign mailers. She said she recognized my face, and she had saved it because she liked how it was designed, but at the same time, I don't think that she'd really connected the dots that she had previously met me before. So she tucked away, and she told me that she tucks away every single mailer that she receives for the purpose of when she sweeps her floor, she has something to scoop the dirt off and throws it immediately in the trash can. I laughed and said, "I don't blame you, honestly." So one day when she was sweeping her floor, it came time for my mailer to be the one that was repurposed, so to speak. Just before she threw it in the trash, though, she said, for whatever reason, the fine print disclosure section, which is at the bottom corner of the mailer, caught her eye. And for those of you who don't know, it's just a really small section that's got your address and all the stuff that's required by law. So she said when she saw the address, she couldn't believe it. And I'm thinking, what's the connection here? And she told me, "That's my house." Holly proceeded to tell me that the house where I live now is the house that she and her husband owned many, many years ago. And it was where they had raised their kids. She proceeded to go on and on about how much she loved living there. And while telling me this, she teared up a little, laughing at how one time the paperboy accidentally shattered their stained glass windows on the morning route. Some of the plants in her current backyard to this day are actually transplants of the plants that are still at our house as well. Her husband has since passed away, and her kids and grandkids are all grown up, so she was especially elated to see this coincidence. She sent a picture of the mailer to her kids, and they said, "We have no idea who this Drew guy is, but you all have to vote for him." And little did she know she had actually met me previously. I assured her that we absolutely love the house ourselves, and I was very happy to report that it's in good hands. So moreover, I'm very excited to have the next 4 years to roll up my sleeves and get to work making Grand Rapids the best place to live, to work, and to raise a family for every single individual. For people like me, for people like you, and also for people like Holly. So thank you again for everyone's support, and I look forward to working with you all during my time in office.
Next will be Second Ward Commissioner-elect Lisa Knight. If you'll raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear that you'll uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Michigan, and perform the duties of Second Ward Commissioner to the best of your ability?
I will.
You will sign here and here, please. It's a clerk thing. Congratulations.
Thank you. Who'd have thought? I am grateful for the trust, for the hope, for the friends, for my family, for the opportunity to continue to do what I love. My father was an advocate and a staunch fighter in this community. My family is full of trailblazers, and I could only hope to fill the shoes that they have left. I only pray to be able to do as much as they have, to use my voice for change, to continue to fight for difference, and continue to be a voice for those who feel their voice has not been heard. So I hope to see you at a coffee. I hope you'll show up at an after-hours event. We might even host another fire pit night in my backyard. But I hope to continue to do the work that needs to be done, and not that work has not been done, because I give honor to whom honor is due for all of these men and women who have been doing this work for a long time. So now's the next step. I hope that you will use your voice and step up to help create more change in our community, because not one man can do this work by himself, but we need you. We are a part of the community. I live next to you. I eat with you. I break bread with you. I work with you. And without you, we can't do anything. So I hope to have each of you linked arms, hearts intertwined, and hope at the forefront of everything we seek to accomplish to make this city a great place for each and every person who lives in it. Thank you so much.
Next will be 3rd Ward Commissioner-elect Kelsey Perdue. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Michigan, and perform the duties of 3rd Ward Commissioner to the best of your ability?
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank
If you
you.
will sign here and here, please.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Hello, everyone. It's so great to see you all. Thank you for being here, for sharing tonight with us, and for sharing the next 4+ years with us as well. I am so honored to be able to lead and to serve the city in this way. I got to know this building and these chambers as a teenager in the city as part of the Mayor's Youth Council. Shout out to the Mayor's Youth Council in the back, right? So that was my first foray into city government and the importance of local elections and local policy decisions for our every single day lives. But even then, I did not expect this to be my path. It really was my service to community, my commitment to this city, to its outcomes, to its people, and honestly, my stubborn belief that we all have collective agency to make our world a better place that really led me to this path that brought me here today as your commissioner-elect for the 3rd Ward. And along the way, of course, have to thank and acknowledge all of the various learning experiences, the mentors that I've had along the way, personal, professionally. I just could not be here. And I don't have enough time to thank you all, but I think you all know who you are. Many of you are in the room, and I've already given you a hug today. Many of you are online, and many of you, you might have not talked in years, but you are a critical part of my story. I have to say, it was kind of mentioned earlier today that running for office was one of the hardest things that I have ever done in my life. It was so taxing in so many ways. And those of you who have showed up to volunteer or sent encouraging texts, or even just showed up to vote, sometimes you get a glimpse into how taxing that can be. But I can honestly say it has also been one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. I have learned so much about myself. I have grown as a person. I have grown as a leader. My circle has gotten tighter and stronger, and I am grateful for this journey. I imagine the next 4 years will bear similar fruit. They will be hard 4 years, but they will also be some of the most rewarding years of my life, serving this city, serving this community, serving the residents of the 3rd Ward. There are so many people to thank, the dozens of people who showed up and volunteered with me, who contributed to my campaign, my circle, my team who had my back, my family, my friends, my partner, my campaign team of women, the thousands of people who voted, and the tens of thousands of residents in the city of Grand Rapids that I am committed to serving for the next 4 years. Thank you all. I will need your continued support, your continued allyship in the years ahead. And I need you and you need me, right? We are in this together. We all have a role to play in our leaps and bounds to make this city and to really actualize our shared version of a thriving 3rd Ward and a city that works for all. I've shared how much of a full circle moment this is for me. I've shared my gratitude, I've shared my thanks, and I've shared my hope. And lastly, I must say that I don't know any two humans that can agree on everything, right? I think we know that. And so my promise to you is not that we will agree on everything. I hope that many folks will grow to like and to love me, but that's not guaranteed either, right? But what I can commit to, what is guaranteed, is that whether you grow to like me, to love me, or even to hate me, because we might not agree, is that you will notice me. Because I will be active, I will be present, I will be engaged, and I will be transparent. So thank you all for this vote of confidence, and I look forward to the next 4 years. Thank you.
Next up will be Library Commissioner-elect Kristen Kopech. Do you solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Michigan, and perform the duties of Library Commissioner to the best of your abilities?
I will.
If you will sign here and here, please.
Okay. Oops. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to thank all of my friends and family for their support through this campaign. Though it may seem contrary to being a library commissioner, I am a fairly succinct speaker, so this will be quick. I have had a lifelong passion for libraries. When I was a young child, my mom's punishment when I misbehaved was that she would not take me to the library that week, and I would have nothing new to read. Obviously, I've come a long way since then, but I remain dedicated to ensuring that our libraries remain strong, remain available to everybody who wants them, and that we can continue providing a lot of really valuable programming for our community. Thank you.
And finally, Library Commissioner-elect Lauren Woolsey. If you will raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Michigan, and perform the duties of Library Commissioner to the best of your ability?
I will.
Please sign here and here, please.
Thank you. I know that I'm the only thing really standing between you and cupcakes, so I'll keep it quick. I have a lot of loved ones who are in the room and watching online, and I just wanted to say that you're all in my heart. I wanted to especially thank my sister, Sarah Woolsey, for providing a lot of advice and support throughout my entire campaign. I could not have done it without her, including the very last-minute signatures to get to the clerk's office about 5 minutes before it closed. So I appreciate all of that. And I also want to say thank you to Sophia Brewer, if she's watching, for the conversations that we've had. It has been a reward to be able to try to fill those shoes. She's fabulous. We continue to work together at GRCC, and I am excited for her next steps as she stepped down from the library board. The last thing I'll note is I just wanted to thank Nathan Lindy, who is currently proctoring the final exam that my students are taking, so that I could be here today. So Nathan, if you watch this later on, thank you. All right, thanks everyone.
Well, with that, that concludes our program. I look forward to commissioners-elect to working with you, my new bosses. So I look forward and keep up the good work at the Grand Rapids Public Library. I have a lifelong love of libraries, as well as a former Kent District Library board member as well. And Max, always a pleasure to park next to you. So with that, enjoy this time, enjoy the fellowship, enjoy some cupcakes. There's a lot of them, so please eat them, because it is the holidays and the clerk's office does not need extra cupcakes. So thank you, everybody. Have a blessed holiday season. May your families have a great time through this season. Thank you.